Hello, I'm Valen, and welcome back to Star Trek Armada 3. Today we'll probably be pushing through and finishing off, or getting them at least ready to be finished off. I don't think we'll be able to kill them off in this episode, but we'll get awfully close. We're going to set up more culture nodes. As having extra culture, we'll be able to get more advantages when fighting on their land. So if we get culture just everywhere, that should help overall. Getting a bit of culture in here would also be nice just for filling everything out. Having the extra culture is helpful. And let's make sure we've got everything covered here as well. Yep. Culture there is done. So the second fleet is fighting here at this gas giant. And what we're going to want to do is to push them down and join up at this planet with the third fleet. And then we'll have a strong central fleet that we'll be operating with for most of the rest of this. We'll get another Unicomplex constructor and put it at this metaphasic nebula to serve as a sort of, as a sort of forward outpost, provide some defenses so that they don't get here as easily. So they're sending a few ships in to probably try and fight off the third fleet. And we can't really take this planet until these ones have been cleared out, because of subspace relay stations. There's too much culture. We could try and set up more culture nodes, that would probably help. But all of that takes a lot of work. So we've got this Unicomplex constructor, we'll send it over there. We now have this planet. We'll get some exploration, even though I doubt there's anything there. And we'll set up interlink nodes to, again, push more culture out. And we'll take the second fleet, kill off the ships they're sending in. We don't want them getting through. It seems they're trying to just send them here. Which I'd say is a horrible plan, but, you know, they can do what they want. It's stupid, but sure, they can do it. Alright, so they've got a relatively large force coming in here. It's the worst location they could attack, though. Alright, the Unicomplex constructor is on its way. Now, once we combine the third and second fleet over here, we want to probably send the third down to here and the second up here, since the second is just more powerful right now. Getting the second to attack the likely more heavily defended location, and the third to attack the lighter one that has an artifact that we want, we can hopefully push them back more.
The collective must grow. By your command. Station construction.
I'd also like to track down our extraplanetary assimilators. We might need them to keep tabs on the back line, or we could make another one. But we don't have the fleet capacity anymore because they decided to attack us and we assimilated all their ships. Which for once is upsetting. If we go over here... There's one. We'll go ahead and send this back to this system. It'll take a while, so it probably won't get there. If we actually set up a transwarp node here, as a sort of front line, and we go back over here, find our planetary assimilator. We'll grab it again when it comes back nearby, but yeah, that'll do. So the second fleet has wiped out that attack.
We are the Borg.
We're gonna send it through here again, and we're just gonna set up some defense nodes and such to discourage future attacks. It's a simple network we need to set up. Just a sort of lattice pattern, cover all the other ones, get some repair nodes in, and fill out the rest of assimilation turrets. And yeah, we'll get another repair node to go there. Covers everything. Alright, so actually we're gonna group everything that's currently here into the second fleet and send them over here. And so the second has been bolstered slightly. These all are still on the move, trying to get to where they're going. We'll order up the upgrades for this one, even though it's not even built yet. And this is a little force that's going to be pestering, is its main job. So we could try and cut them off. Might not be half bad of an idea. There's a lot of defenses there. These guys aren't going to get through alone, so we're going to need the help of these guys to even stand a chance.
Alert the crew. Instructions received.
Now, that seems like the fastest way through right now. And soon we might be able to colonize this location because hostile culture is being pushed back. So that might be very helpful. Colonizing it before we move on. In terms of other goals for this, we're going to want to go through to here as quickly as possible, but we want to get all the artifacts along the way, get more helpful things to help us fight.
Armed and ready.
Well, there's your problem. These guys are trying to fly through the Unicomplex.
Station construction complete.
It appears we have a trade ship that's stuck on it. The planetary assimilator is stuck on it. Maybe that was a bad place for it. You know, it probably tricks the AI too, so I guess it helps. Just not much anymore.
Station construction complete.
The complex is now constructed, which means it'll easily kill this Norway that's been attacking it. Actually, what does the Metaphasic Nebula do? It repairs. So they're getting repairs, we just gotta deal more damage than they're being repaired. Alright, culture is pushing out. Means that all is working.
All hands to battle stations.
That transwarp gate is being constructed, and I'd like to be able to just go straight there. However, I doubt we're going to get that opportunity. Make sure all of these ships are, in fact, jumping.
Status report.
You can jump individually.
Activate all alcos by your command.
So that transwarp gate is about 50%. Defense nodes are being built, which will help to keep the enemy out of this area, or at least keep them from attacking.
Relocate to grid.
If we could get this transwarp gate done before the planetary assimilator jumps out. Actually, we're gonna wait for it. Although I don't think we'll need it as much. And yeah, that Norway's dying. Transwarp gate is nearly done.
Sections report.
So tell these people to jump as a group into here, and then once they arrive, we need to make sure that these guys are ready to go. But we'll follow in with this force. The second and third fleet are in position. Planetary assimilator. We can go straight here now. So, hostile culture is still too strong there. And we can fight that back easily enough. We're going to want to close in as many locations as we can. This force should help fight quite a bit there. We'll get the second to go here, and the third to go here, and we'll send this planetary assimilator in.
State objective. Station construction complete.
So the third will probably be in position first, which is fine. And the second will be in there afterwards. Oh, I like how the engine nacelles turn green when they're assimilated. That's cool. I didn't notice that before. Oh, and they get all sorts of Borg constructions on them. Yeah, I haven't zoomed in on many of the assimilated ships. What does this Challenger look like? This Challenger looks like a Challenger class. That's boring. Galler class looks cool though. Yeah, I like how it changes them, and it actually gives them cutting beams and gravimetric torpedoes. Wow.
Station construction.
The collective must clear the Borg.
Yeah. Alright, so what are we facing here? Pretty pathetic defenses.
Assimilate this vessel.
A few repair docks and some turret platforms, but we're finally getting to the research stations. Second fleet is in position, and they are facing the core enemy fleet. If we focus firepower on that Excalibur, that'll help. We'll go in, order up those, and get interlink nodes set up to start pushing back their culture, and we're actually just gonna fill out on interlink nodes here. That should help push back all the culture that's here. Third fleet should be done here relatively quickly. I'm more worried about this fight, but if we kill their Excalibur, then we won't have an issue. Actually, I have an idea. We need the Progenitor to join the fight. And that'll make us almost unstoppable. And Starfleet Command has just gone down. The Excalibur is weakening, it'll be dead in no time. And the Progenitor has arrived. Now I'm actually going to have this stay around here and attack all of these structures. Hit them before the enemy turns their fleet back to counter it. And this way we can get very high damage and clear out most of these structures without much difficulty. So they're just pulling in every ship they've got now. And we could stand to actually move in and assimilate their ships. It would be a relatively cheap way of dealing with the problem, but it would likely do what we need it to do. So that's about to be assimilated. No difficulty there. We'll send those in to join. Second fleet is fine. Let's actually send the Progenitor this way now. We're doing plenty of damage, but I'd like to run in with the assimilation cloud if there's any ships left, which I don't think there will be, so actually we're gonna... There we go. I guess we won. Well, I guess that's all. I expected this to last longer. We'll probably keep playing and just wipe out the remainder of them. It's boring to play it to not do that. So I guess we killed too many of their ships and they surrendered. That's just boring. So we're just gonna push them back. We're gonna keep playing. They probably won't put up much of a fight.
We have the superior.
But I don't think that's the point anymore. I don't think the point is for them to put up a fight. I think the point is that we just can kill them.
We serve the collective.
So we'll go ahead and clear out what's left.
By your command.
Actually, yeah, we will change this up. This is now the second fleet. They get the Progenitor now. The third fleet is smaller. We'll clear out what's here, which isn't much anymore. We basically wiped it all out with the Progenitor. Third fleet is done there, so we'll actually send them ahead, get started. And for the sake of culture and getting more culture up, I'd like to get 100% culture by the end of the game. That'd be great. We're gonna set up 2 more culture nodes here. So this culture's being pushed back. This one's probably pushing that back easily enough. We're clearing up here. That's gonna die very quickly. I'd like to know what this artifact is. I think it could be something very interesting. The tiny fleet we have isn't doing much, but it's not supposed to. It's just supposed to be a bit annoying.
Proceed to sector.
I actually think it'd be funny if that was part of why they surrendered, because we just had an attack there. It'd be unlikely, but it'd be hilarious. Voth warp drive. Yeah, higher speed between stars.
You must comply.
Huh. So yeah, we're gonna have one more artifact. We don't know what it is, we just know it's there. And the third fleet is heading out. Second fleet could probably get going as soon as this is cleared out. Yeah, we need to kill that first.
By your command.
I don't think there's gonna be much here. Most of the stuff has been cleared out already. We're finally hitting their research bases, which is fun. Means that they can't field as good of a force anymore. Which again, probably contributed to their surrendering. And I'm actually going to not order up anything because I can't. Let's see if we have any scouts. sitting around? I don't think we do. I think we stopped them scouting and forced them to go into a defensive mode. Yep, there we go. Goddard is cleared out.
Station construction complete.
Yeah, I think we basically killed off all their scouts and they stopped making scouts. Which is interesting. Third Fleet, we should have jumped as a group.
State objective.
Third Fleet is heading in, and they have no defenses? Okay, let's have this Defiant fight this Defiant.
The collective must grow.
I would like to note that our Defiant is far better than theirs. For so many reasons. I mean, sure, you get the really cool Borg cannons and everything. But we have way more hull. We only have slightly less shields. Let's just assimilate their fleet and we'd still win. Alright. We appear to be running low on a few assimilators. We'll actually go in now and get some scouts. Because we want to know what's up here. We don't want to run in blind, even though they won't put up any resistance anymore. And we'll just keep fighting through. Second Fleet will now push forward. We're just gonna leapfrog. We don't need to stay there for long.
We serve the collective.
I'll explore it even though I know there's nothing there. And a nice little transwarp node there. And for no apparent reason, some more culture.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
And there we go, that's the only real defense they have here, other than that defense station, which is dead already. They've got a phaser turret, and it's about to die. Over here, we just have a few stray ships still running around. They're being overrun by the Norways and New Orleans classes and everything. But I don't think I mind, really. They were only sent there to get us some extra slots, I suppose. We'll get these scouts to start scouting. And we'll send these ships into here, because we've just been pestering them there. Most of them are on 130% hull. Not sure how, not sure why. But they are. So we're probably gonna have to fight through that. Looks like some 150% shields as well. In that regular outpost. Alright, the second fleet is preparing to jump through. Third fleet is cleaning up here. It's probably gonna colonize pretty soon. Could the third fleet colonize? There we go. We'll explore. We'll get those and set up culture. That's all we're doing. And we'll start moving as a group now. We'll probably split off again here, have a force attack Hainan, and then have the main force attack this starbase area. But otherwise, we should have everything just fine. I could... no, that would... we don't have enough supply to build another fleet here and just start attacking them with an annoying fleet. Second fleet has jumped in, we're just gonna wipe out everything. That's all this consists of now. Just wipe out everything. Then we're going to jump in here and take this and get the last artifact on this map. And all goes well, we should be able to deal with culture problems easily. Now it seems like there's some subspace relay stations there. There's probably a few there and a few there. Don't know about the rest, but those I do know. We'll actually order it to explore somewhere right now. It's going to another star. I don't know why I made scouts, I guess I just felt like it. Alright, we've got a Sphere and Excelsior that have jumped in here to fight. Both of them are gonna die. But it's going to be a great annoyance to them. Which is exactly what we want right now. Second and third fleet have both arrived at this planet. Second fleet is basically overrunning everything they have. Third fleet just arrived and is going in to start sieging. subspace relay stations will go down after all the defenses are cleared, and then we'll be able to just take the planet and push on to our next target. This target has essentially nothing defending it.
We are the Borg.
Which is great. Absolutely fantastic. We have one subspace relay station here, so we can push back the culture a bit more. If we take this location, actually, we'll get a lot of culture bonuses. Build a culture node here, and just push out. I just like the idea of possibly flipping some of their planets rather than taking them over. Even though we could easily take over any of them militarily, it's just funny to imagine flipping them culturally. So that Excelsior is definitely gonna die. There's no arguing against that now. This planet will go down quickly, so I'll actually send the second fleet ahead and make sure the third fleet is sieging with everything they've got. Yeah, we have a lot of trapezoids. What's that little What's the icosahedron above them?
Station construction complete.
Hull restore rate and chance to hit.
State
Oh,
objective.
an unspent ability point here.
Negotiation
Is it one of these?
irrelevant. Negotiation is irrelevant. Station construction complete. Station construction
I'm trying to figure out what it could be. Aha, it's the collective bonus. It makes these little icosahedrons above the ships for some reason. So the Queen is making everyone have tiny icosahedrons above their ships. Great stuff.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
Quality queendom.
We are one.
It's the gift of icosahedrons. Alright, we'll colonize this planet. Won't take long. There we go, it's already being done. And we've got it.
Valid objective. Station construction complete.
Culture
State
nodes.
objective.
Third fleet follows.
Relocate to grid.
And this is the artifact we're looking for. Could be anything. I imagine it'll be quite good.
Proceed to sector.
And here we go. We jump in.
Commence repair
Nothing much to hold up against us. We'll go ahead and clear that out. And then we'll probably strike down here, clear out the culture nodes or whatever. What's this? Oh, it's a scout cube here now. It's heading to Hainan.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
We need to know what's there, so that's good.
Station construction complete.
Did I see a... No, I accidentally scrolled over there and didn't realize that I wasn't looking at enemy stuff. I thought they had a boarded version of the Queen,
Resistance is
but it was my own, so... Thank you, Locutus, for just cutting off. Yeah, a few defenses to take out, nothing much.
Station construction complete.
They're already starting to siege the planet out, which is great.
Assimilate this species.
We could set up random transwarp hubs everywhere with a lot of our ships. And more forces jumping in.
Activate all outposts.
Just tell
We'll
me
have
where
that
to go.
Nova start exploring with the space goal. And there we go, their colony is wiped out. Hostile culture
By your command.
is too strong.
Relocate to grid.
So what we do is we take the planetary assimilator, send it that way, and we're actually going to... No,
Proceed
that's
to
not good.
sector. Negotiation is
Generator.
irrelevant.
Set up a transwarp hub.
Activate all outposts.
Do we have a gate here? No, but
Relocate
we'll
to
get
grid.
one. We'll get there. And it'll all be fine.
By your command.
Second fleet. Sit there for a bit. We might actually not need to leave. We'll get the planetary assimilator that way anyways. We'll get some more of that and throw on some more culture nodes. And to make this even better, we'll social specialize this planet.
Objective.
Here we go, third fleet's jumping out, And Planetary Assimilator is about to go over here. Third Fleet has arrived. What are we facing here? This is where all their culture's coming from. So we just do a bit of damage here. Wipe out their culture sources, kill off 3 ships, stop their production of any more ships, and that should be the end of this. Our culture will permeate the universe. And more culture. So we can't get enough culture. Second Fleet will now jump over here. Planetary Assimilator has arrived, so if we need it, somewhere else will be fine. But we'll go ahead and finish this here, so we actually have something substantial. I'm not going to try and push through, that's going to take too long. So, that'll be all for this episode. Next time we'll kill them off and win, officially, rather than the silly winning when we attacked Goddard. That was just ridiculous. They could have fought us still. Not well, but they could have. So, until next time, goodbye.